Alright guys, we're back working on the '04 Silverado. If you guys caught the last video, we just picked this truck up and the dash is not in the best shape. Bunch of cracks in it. There's a hole right here. I originally said we might try to glue those pieces back together and actually put a cover on here. But as you can see, especially from this side, there's just too many cracks and they're way too big. I mean, this one goes all the way across the dashboard. So we went to a local junkyard. Kyle was able to find a guy that had a Tahoe on Facebook Marketplace, and we were able to pick up this dash right over here. The new dash also has a couple of cracks, but it's still better than what we currently have. You can kind of see one little one right here. We have another one on this side, and I guess it's pretty common on these Sierras and Silverados that I guess these little vents, I guess the defrost vents, they kind of fall apart over time. So this one's kind of disconnected, but the other two are good. And then when it comes to paint, there's a little bit of paint. This thing still needs a really good clean. Like I said, it was in a junkyard part of a Tahoe that has had the doors open for no telling how long. The seats were covered in water and everything. So it's been out in the weather for a minute. You can kind of see all the dirt on here and the mold. But I don't want to wipe it down yet because it's super flimsy. I was terrified on the way home going over speed bumps and train tracks. It was just kind of bouncing around in the back seat. But I don't want to wipe it down yet. I want to try to get it back in the truck. Then be able to, have a little bit of reinforcement, be able to actually put some elbow grease into it. You can see a little bit of paint missing over here. That's pretty much the main spots, is both on the corners. We're gonna go ahead and try to get this in the truck, not break it any more than what it is, and then we'll go ahead and give it a good cleaning. But first, we gotta go ahead and take out the one currently in the truck, which is pretty easy. We just gotta yank out these vents, which should, from everything I've seen, pretty much just pop out. Then this comes out. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but you guys kind of get the, there it goes. Kind of get the gist. And we'll go ahead and take that out. These grab handles are actually, there's like a little clip up here, which you probably can't see. But it kind of pulls out, but we'll go ahead and start, we gotta take the bezel off too, but we'll go ahead and start taking off these pieces and start taking the screws out. Go ahead and drop the column shifter. And I imagine this kind of just goes up and over, just like so. We'll throw this in the back seat. Currently on the passenger side, you're also going to have a cover on the passenger side and on the driver's side. You got to pop these free, and there should be 2 screws up top you got to grab out. Then you're going to have screws also inside those little AC vents. And you're going to have these bolts all around the perimeter of where the bezel was at. You'll have one right there. Hopefully your dash isn't as bad as mine, but there's one right there, and then kind of just go around the whole perimeter of the bezel. Same thing on the driver's side, just kind of weasel your fingers in there, pops free. We have our 2 screws out from that driver's side kick panel, the 2 screws out from the passenger side kick panel, and our 2 screws out of the AC vents. Now we're going to start making our way around where the bezel was at and getting these bolts out. So we have all of our hardware out. The next things we have to do is take the pillars down, which is pretty simple. You kind of just start at the top. Kind of just pulled down and just clipped in, and there might be, if you have like a tweeter, there's probably gonna be a wire down there just like me you're gonna have to grab out. And then you're also gonna have this little thing in the middle of the dash, pretty much just twist and just kind of pop through. And same thing, we have to grab that pillar down, just once again start from the top and it'll pop out. All right, this one's giving me a little issue. All right, there it goes. Alright, so it's just plugged in. You just push the tab down, just pull it out. Throw that in the back seat. Alright, now we've got all the hardware out, so in theory, it should pretty much just pop free. We will find out. Ooh, that one completely broke. Mine doesn't matter too much, because as you guys know, it's completely broken in half. So we'll go ahead and take this piece out. And just start taking these pieces out one by one. Hopefully yours doesn't come apart like mine. Come over to the driver's side, same thing. Okay, this will come out in one piece maybe. Maybe not. Alright, never mind. We have the old dash out. It did kind of fall apart on me right there at the end. Turns out it's kind of hard to hold a camera and hold a dash at the same time. So we're going from this to that. Alright, we're going to attempt to put this in by ourselves. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was a little nervous. I would definitely try to use 2 people if you can. Actually, not that bad. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks like it's wanting to fall right in place. Okay, I may have made a mistake. Apparently there's a bracket down here that did not come off with the old dash. Dang it, so I gotta take this back out. Okay. Okay, so there's metal brackets that apparently got stuck with this dash. I don't know if you can see that one, but it's hanging. And the old brackets are still on there. All right, let me get this out and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So see this metal bracket right here? This is our new to us dash. And there's also another one right there, if it'll zoom out. But there's another metal bracket right there. And I don't know if those were supposed to come out when I took it out of the Tahoe. But it looks like those same metal brackets are right here. So when I wanted to put the dash in, those 2 metal brackets were sitting and would not fit in between those metal brackets. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and take them off of that old dash and maybe it'll slip back in here. Went ahead and grabbed out one of these metal brackets that was actually left in the truck right here. And as you can see, bits of the old dash were stuck in this bracket. So I guess they just kind of clip in and out. Those other 2 brackets just fell off of this one. You can see one's right there. But they kind of fell off of this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these old brackets out and make sure all these plastic pieces from the old dash right here are took out. That way it doesn't interfere with maybe those plastic pieces trying to clip into these. All right, this will be round 2. Okay, that's fitting a whole lot better. There's that. Alright, sweet. Like I said, this dash came out of a Yukon, or a Tahoe, one of the 2. But it looks like everything is lining up right. Alright, so now we'll just go ahead and get everything bolted back in and clean it up. Alright, dash is in. Just a quick little 3-minute wipe on top. But she's in, got the columns back in, speakers or tweeters plugged back in. Everything good to go. Like I said, if you guys do take these off, make sure that gold clip is on the actual column, the pillar, and then slam it in place. We got it all wiped all down. Color seems to be pretty much the exact same color. We still have those little cracks. This little guy was kind of a pain to put back in. I don't know if it's a sensor or whatnot, but it is all back together. Got the grab handle put back in. Here's the view from the passenger side. Just a major upgrade. If you guys are curious how much we paid for this, like I said, it came either out of a Yukon or a Tahoe. The front end was gone, but I want to say it was a Tahoe out of the junkyard that we grabbed it out of, and we paid 40 bucks for it. The covers we were looking at to go on top of the original dash were like 100 or so. So luckily we were able to find this one pretty locally for 40 bucks. Like I said, it's not in perfect shape. There's still a couple cracks here and there, but a major upgrade for $40 for the truck. But gonna go ahead and end this one out, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.